I'd never read anything like this movie. I'd never read a script that was so unique, and it's like a really beautiful. I mean, it's clever and kind of amazing. I can't wait to see how the sheep turn out and everything. But the story itself, and the characters, and how much these sheep love George, and I don't know. I was really moved by it, and it's also really funny. Craig Mazin's this amazing comedy writer, but I just found it to be a beautiful story, and it did a really good job of making these sheep feel like people. I mean, the winter lamb, you got me crying at the end of this. It's about a shepherd. Hugh Jackman plays George Hardy, this shepherd. And he loves to read murder mystery novels to his sheep. And George turns up poisoned, dead in the pasture, his pasture. And the sheep find him, and they help the sort of bumbly, struggling, I don't want to call him dumb, but like unequipped police officer. They help him solve the case. He's not equipped for the job. He's never solved a murder. He's not a great police officer. He, I believe, kind of lives in the shadow of his father and grandfather. It's kind of a backstory that felt like it worked. That he's, he lives in this small town. He's the only police officer in the small town. He deals with, getting cats out of trees and things like that. But this is an opportunity to prove himself to a town that thinks he's a stupid cop. And he still isn't doing it well. So luckily the sheep kind of help him come out of his shell and become the police officer that he wants to be and is meant to be. Nick Galitzine is just such a funny guy. The dynamic between Tim and Elliot is good on the page. I think it got better working with Nick. I mean, he and I just found a good energy. The group all kind of folded in nicely, very quickly, into the rhythm of the script and sort of what they are as a character and an energy in a scene. So Hong is like just so good at being this kind of like blustering, dramatic, loud, aggressive thing. So she just comes into the room and brings that energy. And, Conleth's got this just like mean mug on his face towards everyone. Like, I feel like everyone kind of tapped into this thing. Kobna's got this great voice for a reverend and is like, got this kind of slow energy. And I don't know, it's just nice when you're working with really high level actors and you see them all figure out exactly what that person is, and then they bring that into the scene. Just makes for good dynamics and for us to work well off each other. Kyle is the most prepared guy in the room. He has the movie in his head. He has the imagery. It's funny because we would do a scene and, he didn't show us the storyboards from the start. So Kyle basically storyboarded the entire movie, which if you don't know what that is, it's creating like kind of a comic book version of the movie. And I don't know how often directors do this, but Kyle kind of animated it so that it actually played and people did the voiceovers so you could hear the voice. So you could kind of watch this like skeleton of the movie. It was already done before we started filming. I'm like, this guy knows what he wants. He knows, every single part of this movie. So you just feel like you're in good hands every day working with him. Rosa Diaz, the costume designer. We got very specific with Tim's one outfit, basically. we wanted things to fit a certain way. We wanted him to look kind of dorky and kind of small in the clothes. Like the clothes he can't fit into what this job is. So it felt good to have the clothes draping off a little bit and pants being a little too big and all that. And then for the final big scene, for him to have kind of a tighter shirt and like kind of like cleaner shoes and all these kind of little details. Maybe an audience would never notice them, but they might feel it. They might sense that Tim is filling out his shirt a little bit better and kind of in his body a little bit better and all that. So also really nice when a costume designer's thought about, how can we bring those character arc moments up a little bit with costume.